Like and subscribe right now, or this spider is gonna crawl on your face while you're sleeping. 10 scary things found in time capsules. Time has always been one of the most dreaded forces of the universe, and so is everything and everyone inside the universe. When individuals, communities, and nations grasp mortality, they tend to strive to leave their mark. The fight for transcendence has inspired the most powerful ancient civilizations like Egypt, Greece, Rome, the Mayas, the Incas, and the Aztecs, just to name a few of them. All of these impressive empires left their mark in terms. They raised monuments so that they could be remembered for ages. We can't deny that it worked. The modern era is infused with a constant feeling of acceleration. We feel rushed most of the time, and we felt like this for the last couple centuries, especially inside the most significant cities. Still, the future pulls our hopes, feeds our dreams, and evokes dreaded nightmares. During these times in the 21st century, humanity created one of the most original ideas about sending a message for future generations: the time capsule. This object is a variation of a lockbox, full of items from the time when it is assembled. The first planned time capsule was called Century Safe. It was created in the United States in 1876 by Anna Dime, a New York magazine publisher. However, there is another time capsule that is older and was assembled in the United States by Samuel Adams and Paul Revere at the Massachusetts State House. But today in Mind Read, we're going to show you 10 scary things found in time capsules. People have had disturbing experiences opening time capsules, and we're sure you'll be as shocked as we are after seeing them. Make sure to watch till the end of the video, because the last 3 are quite shocking. Number 10. Mental hospital. Nowadays, we are much more considerate about mental health. It's incredible that we had inflicted so much pain on mental health patients until so recently. It isn't hard to find evidence about the recreational use of psychiatric hospitals during the late 19th century and the first decade of the 20th century. Furthermore, just a few decades ago, the lobotomy was a regular procedure to treat aggressive mental patients. Such surgeries left the patients without willpower, almost like a zombie. Yet experts considered it the best option at the time. Another practice that psychiatrists used widely was electroshock therapy. After decades of experience, many health experts are rejecting to use it. Our 10th time capsule is about this therapy specifically. In 2015, a construction crew found a time capsule from 1958. It was put there by the staff of a former mental hospital. The capsule contained a film with a message to the people in the future about electroshock therapy and other psychiatric treatments. The man speaking in the footage was optimistic about the future progress of psychiatry. He claimed that when the psychiatrists of the future open this time capsule, only they will be able to tell how we've solved our treatment problems. Not only today, but in the future. We are sincerely appreciative. Sadly, much of the audio from the recording was lost or damaged. However, a conversation about electroshock and problems of the future was still audible. It's frightening how little we know about mental health and the risks that patients face. For many, it will be too late when psychiatry advances considerably enough. Challenge for you that will only take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. Leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell. And boom! 25 years of amazing luck. Try it! It really works. Number 9. Communist future. A time capsule was discovered in Russia in 2012 below a Lenin statue, 33 years after the Soviet Komsomol youth organization buried it. It was addressed to the Socialist Society of 2024. The person who wrote this creepy message made it with her own hand on a piece of paper and asserted that the readers would still be communists. Additionally, she wrote that they didn't feel sorry for themselves because they were certain that the people of the future would be better than they were. Well, that isn't too difficult. Young Soviets endured one of the harshest regimes, and although Khrushchev and Brezhnev weren't as relentless as Stalin, their government was still as cruel as it could be. The message also contained a ritualistic praise for heroes in their history. It was a common practice among Russians in the Soviet times to place time capsules underneath statues of Lenin. Hopefully, most countries won't have to endure such kinds of tyranny anymore. Number 8. Prediction of Mussolini's rise. In 2016, the Masons restoring the Southampton Guildhall found a message inside a lemonade bottle from 1935. The message predicted that hard times were near. It warned, "Mussolini threatens war." The note was written in pencil on the back of what appeared to be an old cartoon pack. Some further research revealed that the message referred to the Abyssinia crisis. It was when Mussolini rejected the peace offer by the League of Nations. The writers of the note correctly foresaw the rise of power of Mussolini. Number 7. Creepy Kid. In 2016, a demolition crew in Albuquerque found a time capsule from 1968. Nobody knows who buried it, but they found it close to a former elementary school. Inside the capsule, a strange message said, "I am dead. I go to Montgomery School." That is the older school name. "I was born in 1900. You auto now I'm dead. My favorite subject is spooking the police. I play the guitar. In case you don't know what it is a board with strings on it. I am 10 years old. See you later, savages." Greg Lee signed the letter. However, we haven't found anyone with that name in Albuquerque at that time. Some claim that's because it's a ghost of a kid who wrote the note. Number 6. Grim Genius. At our 6th spot, a letter from the most significant genius of our recent history. The Westinghouse time capsules were part of the 1939 New York World's Fair, where the Westinghouse Electric and Manufacturing Company hid a time capsule inside a 50-foot deep, immortal well. Next to this one, in 1965, another time capsule was placed, and both are due to open in the year 6939, 5,000 years after the date when the first one was buried. Inside the capsules, the future humans will find seeds, metals, textiles, microfilm, and newsreels, among other stuff. The scary thing inside this time capsule is a letter from Albert Einstein. Although he described scientific progress with enthusiasm, he expressed his thoughtful worries. People living in different countries kill each other at irregular time intervals, so that also, for this reason, anyone who thinks about the future must live in fear and terror. Peace is an invaluable treasure. For the few we still enjoy it, don't you think? We hope that for the year 6939, humanity will be living in quite an advanced and peaceful civilization. Number 5. Holy War. In 1995, Greg Wilkinson wrote a note speculating about the politics and technology in the future and buried it inside one of the walls in his house in Sydney, Australia. He predicted that China would grow and become one of the most powerful nations. It might seem obvious now, but in 1995, it was hard to know if China was capable of reaching its current status. Furthermore, Mr. Wilkinson predicted the horrible events that would follow religious extremism when he claimed that the warped interpretations of Islamic religion would start a holy war. The man wanted the letter to be discovered in no less than 50 years, but a local tradesman found it in 2016. The letter also described the local context of the country in 1995. This depiction included the price of things like bread, milk, and gas, as well as the type of technology that he used to write the message. Number 4. Undesired souvenirs. A copper cylinder was found in 2016 at the Ordensburg Krosinci, a former Nazi training camp in Poland. The container was discovered in a Polish town, which was actually part of Germany until 1945. After opening the time capsule, researchers found that it contained a sinister Nazi memento addressed to the followers of Adolf Hitler. They found an original Nazi badge, along with 2 volumes of Hitler's Mein Kampf. Additionally, they discovered coins, letters, and photos. The experience was more shocking because the items they found were almost perfectly preserved, as if the things in there were only there for a few days. Number 3. Tomb or time capsule. The terracotta army is one of the most impressive expressions of funeral art in history. Yet the practice to make funeral art wasn't exclusive for ancient Chinese empires. In Egypt, it was typical for the pharaohs as well, as it was in Mesoamerican empires. However, we wouldn't suspect that a 20th century American would be doing such a thing. Yet it happened. We aren't sure if it was a time capsule or a tomb, but the woman found a chest in her basement in 2010. She was ultimately in shock when she discovered that the chest didn't have any objects in it, but the mummified remains of 2 children. As creepy as this can be, she found Peter Pan memorabilia wrapped in a newspaper clipping from 1930. The trunk included an original copy of Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie and a membership card to the Peter Pan Woodland Club. What happened to the babies? We might never know, but there's no evidence of violence whatsoever. Number 2. Our best pick. A guy discovered something hidden inside his grandmother's ceramics room. His late grandfather harbored the time capsule many years before. He stumbled upon a false bottom, and underneath it was a lockbox. His grandma said that she didn't know what was inside of it, and told him to find a way to open it. He took the box outside and forced it open with a chisel. Inside, he found a time capsule left behind by his deceased grandfather. On the front of the box, a creepy message taken from Dante's Inferno. "Abandon all regret, ye who enter here." Inside was a bag with Chinese calligraphy on it that translated to "double happiness." Inside the bag, he found a pen, a plastic box, a pseudo pouch, and a small lamp. Number 1. Black fingernail. World War II is the most devastating conflict in human history. We know it took millions of lives. The saddest thing about it is that the vast majority of the victims were unarmed civilians. All the parties involved caused a considerable amount of damage and suffering. The atomic bomb, without a doubt, is a terrifying creation. We should remember the horror of nuclear weapons and warn future generations. With this purpose, the Japanese placed a very mysterious object inside one of their time capsules, manufactured to celebrate Japan's World Exposition in 1970. The plan was to bury them for 5,000 years, but they opened the upper capsule in 2000, which had a black fingernail from a Hiroshima atomic bomb survivor. Keratin is very resistant and durable, so this fingernail was in perfect condition when they found it. Pretty graphic, huh? Don't forget to keep watching our videos at MindRead. We are preparing shocking and exciting videos for you every day.